What's good? My fellow peasants, how you all doing? So I'm going to talk about something that everyone's done a news article on, everyone's done a video on. FF7 remake coming out in 2018, confirmed! Confirmed! Not coming out until then! And it's all because of this share investors document here. The reason why I didn't cover it is, this doesn't mean dick. I just want to get this out in the open, that this really doesn't mean fuck all. Now, not to say I think that FF7 remake is coming in 2017. I think we've heard enough from Nomura now to pretty much be confident that it's going to be 2018. But I'll give you those quotes in a minute. But the reason why this doesn't mean dick is because, for a start, there's 2017 games in the 2018 column, which is very telling, and those are just the ones that they know for sure they're going to be releasing in 2017. I mean, this quite clearly just means that they don't have a date yet, and they're just sticking it in the 2018 Beyond section, just because. They're not going to stick it in 2017, because then they're going to give people hope that it's coming out in 2017. I mean, literally, even if FF7 Remake was coming out September 2017, they knew the date. Square Enix had written the date down, and internally, that was the confirmed date. The chart would still look like this. They would still put it in the 2018 Beyond section, because otherwise they would be leaking the release date. Now, people seem to think that investors' documents mean something. There's this whole, oh, it's the investors' document, it's the inside information. Look, we got a hold of the investors' documents. Ooh. And they tell the investors things that they don't tell us. It's just not true. They don't tell the investors fuck all that we don't know, because Square Enix know that whatever they tell the investors in these financial reports and documents, they know's getting out to the public. I mean, quite clearly. I mean, this isn't even a debate. Quite clearly it gets out into the public. I've seen this countless times over the years where investors' documents have come out and everyone jumps on the bandwagon thinking it's some sort of news. I mean, even that FF7 remake, the 30th anniversary event. I know so many people are saying, you know, we don't have a right as a fan base to be angry that that was such a poorly done event because it was just for investors. It was just an investors event. No, it's not just an investors event. That's absolute nonsense to say that. It's absolute nonsense to imply that us fans who have followed this franchise for 30 years don't want to get involved in some sort of anniversary celebration, or indeed that the investors at that event aren't going to show us all the information that was shown, and we're going to get either excited or disappointed by it. For a start, it's not even true it was just an investors event. They invited members of the public along. So I don't get that. I never really covered that in the video, but that was something at the time that kind of triggered my ass. I mean, I wasn't really that triggered, but so yeah, I just wanted to cover that. Don't think that means anything. Even if the dates were that, they would still stick it looking like that. But the reason why I'm not doing this video to say I think FF7 Remake is coming in 2017, because it was back in January when I had my hopes dashed. Back in January the 29th. And that was when Nomura said this. There are also annual events, E3 in June, Tokyo Game Show in September, Jump Festa in December. I'm preparing for the KH concert. I'm also simultaneously involved in Dissidia. This year is looking to be fully loaded. This is what Nomura said about 2017. I didn't give much information on KH3 or FF7 Remake last year, but I hope I can show you progress if any events align this year. I apologise that there's still some time before I can release them, but there are many other titles releasing this year, and I'd like for you to please wait for your surprise. So that's all the language of a game that's not coming out this year. All the language, all the telltale signs. It's too much this year. It's packed out. My schedule's packed out. When Nomura is saying stuff like this, yeah, it's not coming in 2017. I mean, it kind of wasn't even this interview that dashed my hopes. We were promised a trailer for FF7 Remake in December, a combat trailer. I mean, that was around the time FF15 was coming out, and we wanted stuff, and they said, no, FF15's happening, but in December we'll show you something. Then that kind of got moved to January, and then it just got pushed out, and we still haven't seen any whiff of a trailer. Not even a scent. Not even a faint aroma. It's probably going to be E3, but there it is, guys. That, I feel, is a bit more of a credible source as to why FF7 Remake isn't going to come out in 2017. I think the investors document isn't, and I really don't think the investors document should be taken as seriously as they get taken. I mean, honestly, the news just always seems to blow up when these documents come out, and really, half the time they just slap in placeholder dates, meaningless dates. I believe they even did it with the FF15. And quickly rounding out this video, how should we feel that FF7 is coming in 2018? Of course, it hurts, and I wanted to see it sooner, but I mean, the interesting thing is, guys, there's no real reason it shouldn't have been in 2017. So many people kind of say the reasons why. Well, you were ridiculous for believing it in 2017. The game's been in development for nearly 4 years. 4 years. I mean, 2 years ago we had the announcement trailer, roughly 2 years ago, and it was around that announcement trailer release that they said, we've known about this for 2 years, and this has already been in work for 2 years. If this now comes in 2018, that's going to be a 5-year dev cycle. Now, I know that's kind of standard. I mean, we've seen a hell of a lot of titles, FF13, FF12. Screw it, I'm not even going to talk about FF15. It's too complicated a subject to even tackle. But, you know, although it's episodic, a lot of people think it's episodic, so why can't they get out sooner? That's what a lot of what I see when I see about this release date. People are like, they're only releasing a third of the game. Why is it taking them so long just to get a third of the game out? You know, it should take a year max. They're not developing a third of the game. They're creating a full game. A full 40-50 hour experience. Quoting the Mura there. So, I mean, it's no difference to a normal game, and the thing is, the first episode is going to take longer. I know that's where they've got to get the groundwork in, that's where they've got to build the assets, and then a lot of it's going to carry for the other episodes. But yada yada, you get it, guys. I can hold out for it. I can do it. I'm strong enough. I can do it. I can do it. Until the next video. Kubo.